welcome to How to Be Successful with Online School. So, to start, I think the most important part about being successful with online school is keeping a schedule. Routine helps you stay on top of all your work and keeps you motivated. And I remember when I first got sent back home and had to do online school, I would be getting up at different times every day, and I never did any of my work when I was supposed to. Before the pandemic, when we were at school, I had relatively the same schedule every day. I'd go to classes, I'd have lunch at relatively the same time, I'd go do homework afterwards, and when I was done with that, I would go see my friends. But at home, my routine became a big mess, which also made my schoolwork and my motivation a complete mess. Also remember that routine is also eating breakfast and having a healthy relationship with food. During these times, I know it's really easy to skip meals, but you need to stay fueled to be motivated and energetic and just to stay healthy. The idea of routine brings me to my next point, which is exercise. Personally, I find exercise to be essential, and back when things were normal and I was at school, every morning that I didn't have an early class, I would go to the gym and work out. Working out, especially in the morning, is gonna really help you wake up, make you feel productive, and you don't wanna feel tired or lazy while doing schoolwork, and exercise can really help take away those feelings. When you first start working out, you're gonna feel really unmotivated and annoyed, but once it becomes habit, you're gonna feel weird when you don't work out. And here's the thing with exercise. You don't need to be one of those people who, I need to go to the gym, do like every machine, be there for like an hour. No, just work out a little bit. You can do like a 10-minute workout. And with the pandemic, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of Chloe Ting here on YouTube, and she'll create these schedules you can follow day by day, and they're really helpful to keep you motivated. But also, if you don't have a lot of time, just go do one of the shorter ones. Next tip is the one that I think is the most essential for success, especially for you college students, and that is actually using the class time. A lot of my professors don't hold live classes, but what you want to do is watch the recorded lectures during the time you would have had your class. And for the ones that do hold live classes, I know it sucks, but turn your camera on. That way you won't get as distracted because no one can see you and they don't know what you're doing. When you don't, you may end up never watching it, and the more you push it back, the less you're gonna wanna do it. You don't want a pile of work from all your classes at the end of the semester and then realizing, oh, it's final season and I don't know anything. I'm gonna fail my tests. So make sure you guys are using your time wisely. And in addition to using the class time, you also wanna make sure that you're taking notes. Whenever you're watching a recorded lecture, make sure you're taking notes. And I do personally take a lot of notes on my computer and just make sure they're really organized so that I can go back and study later. But handwritten notes are a lot better when it comes to actually memorizing the material. And I personally like to use colors and sticky notes while doing handwritten notes, and that can really help you memorize the material and will be more beneficial in the long run. If your professor is giving you guys study guides, you're very lucky because a lot of them don't do that. So you really want to make sure you're taking good notes throughout the semester to make sure that you can do well when its finals come around. Writing things out can also really help you remember things, which is why when I study, I personally like to make flashcards, and I'll repeatedly write out the concept just to help me remember it. Speaking the information out loud to yourself can also really help you learn the information. The next tip I have is crucial for me in both pandemic and non-pandemic times, and that is a calendar. Personally, I love real calendars, and my whiteboard calendar has saved me so much when it comes to staying on top of work. What I like to do is I have a different color for each class that I have, and in the beginning of each month, I go ahead and look at what I have, and I write all of that information into my calendar, all the due dates, and I underline things like exams or major projects. That way I know they're coming up. Virtual classes, you might also want to write in your calendar what day you actually meet for classes if it's not on a consistent basis. Along with, on the side of your calendar, you can add in different big dates that you have assignments due that aren't in that month, just to be helpful. The first step to success is actually knowing what you have to do. That way you can stay organized. But once you know what you have to do, then you have to stay focused. This means no phones. Now this one can be hard, but how many times have you been listening to a recorded lecture and you just sit on your phone and all of a sudden you realize, oh, I did not listen to anything that just happened? Because I know that's happened to me before. So what I'll do if my phone use is really bad is I'll actually leave my phone in another room, close the door so I can focus on my schoolwork, and just make sure you don't go and grab it. You can also temporarily delete your social medias, which I highly recommend, and I honestly do that every so often for my own mental health. And keeping your mental health in check is also important for success. This next point that I'm about to bring to you guys is another one of the most important ones, and that is separation of space. Now, I know this one is impossible for everyone, just depending on the size of your house or how many people live in your house, but I will say I at least recommend you don't do your work on your bed. If you're on campus, try going to a quiet room. When your mind identifies a certain room with a certain activity, it's gonna help you perform that activity. So if you go to a place only when you wanna study, you're gonna study a lot better there. I spend a lot of time on my phone in my room, so it makes it kind of hard for me to concentrate in there. But when I'm in a room that I know I always study in, my mind goes into a state where I'm ready to focus, and it just helps me study better. I also hate sitting in one location for too long, so I often switch where I am throughout the day, just like I am in this video. And I even used to like doing work outside, but it is too cold for that. It is literally snowing right now, so that's not happening anymore. At home, I'll switch from my desk to my couch to my dining room table, and here in my apartment, I'll go from my kitchen table to my couch. Next up on my list is breaks. It is not healthy for you to be sitting there on your computer all day doing your classes, because at least when you're in class, you get to get up and walk to your other classes. But you don't get to do that when you're online, so make sure you take breaks. Get up and walk outside, go get some water, stay hydrated, don't be on your phone all day. I know at least for me, I get headaches if I'm on my phone too long or if I don't drink enough water. And I can't do schoolwork if I have a headache. Take care of yourself and make sure you have good posture. Sometimes it really just takes getting up to realize you are in an awful position. Last but not least, drum roll please, sleep! You heard it here first, folks. Have you been going to bed at 3, 5 in the morning and then wondering why you're tired and can't do schoolwork? Being home makes it so easy to just watch movies, be on your phone, and stay up all night, but being tired is not gonna help you be successful. Everyone's sleep schedule was complete whack at some point during this pandemic, but now it's time to get back on track, get a sleep schedule again, and actually be awake when there's daylight outside. Also, try and actually get ready in the morning. Take a shower, get dressed, do your hair, whatever it is that will make you feel productive. And that doesn't mean you can't wear sweatpants, because I definitely live in these and I used to not own any. It just means get ready for the day, get out of your pajamas, so that way you're not waking up just to go back to sleep again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just remember, this advice only works if you do, so get on that grind. You are all smart enough, by the way, to get good grades. Don't ever forget that. And let me know down below what advice you guys have for online school. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for good grades this semester, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Caught up in a dream vacation. Your heart's an overdrive, my destination. And every time I'm with you, it's like a holiday. We could take back the night with a little more time. Take back the night with the rhythm all right. Take back the night with a little more time.